Let's talk to Donald Trump about all of this. He's on the phone with us now. Mr. Trump, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I want to talk about foreign policy in a second, but let me start with pure politics. Ted Cruz says Carly Fiorina is his running mate. If he gets the nomination, it gets headlines. Also might get him some more support with women voters. You, on the other hand, seem to continue to say things that alienate women voters. On Tuesday night, you said Hillary Clinton is playing the women card or the woman card, and that if she were a man, she would only have 5% of the vote. 70% of women in this country say they have a negative view of you. Do you even care?
Of course I care. Nobody respects women more than I do, and I wasn't playing the woman's card. It's true. I mean, she is playing the woman's card. She said everything she says is about the woman's card, and frankly, all I'm doing is bringing out the obvious. And without the woman's card, Hillary would not even be a viable person.
But are you saying that women in this country vote based simply on gender?
Well, I don't think they vote on gender. No, I think they vote for security. I think they vote for jobs, and that's why I'm doing so well. That's why I'm leading the Republicans by a lot, and that's why in all of the elections that I won on Tuesday night, which is 5 states, and then I won, of course, New York the week before, and, you know, I'm winning them one after another now and building up tremendous numbers and tremendous numbers of delegates and millions and millions of voters. In all of those exit polls, I led with women, and I led with women by tremendous margins over all other candidates.
But, Mr. Trump, I mean, for you to say that if she were not a woman, she would be getting 5% suggests the only thing she has going for her is that she's a woman, not that she was a former senator, a former secretary of state, and a lawyer. Do you understand why some people find that to be kind of a demeaning comment?
No, I find it to be a true comment. I think the only thing she's got going is the fact that she's a woman. She has done a terrible job in so many different ways. You look at Libya, you look at some of the things that she's done are just absolutely disastrous. No, I would say the primary thing that she has going is that she's a woman, and she is playing that card like I have never seen anybody play it before.
Let me ask you about your foreign policy speech yesterday, Mr. Trump. I think what was very interesting was what was not in the speech. You didn't talk about the wall with Mexico. You didn't talk about deporting 11 million undocumented immigrants. You didn't talk about restoring torture. You didn't talk about possibly allowing Japan or South Korea or Saudi Arabia to have nuclear weapons. Are you backing off some of the key tenets of your campaign during the primary season?
No, not at all. And I put the wall and I put all of that in a little bit of a different, I'm talking about immigration. I'll be doing a big speech on immigration very shortly, but I'm talking about that in form of immigration. The wall, undocumented immigrants having to be brought out of the country, and we will do that. It's never been a worse situation than we have right now. You look at the crime, you look at the tremendous impact they have on our country economically. You look at what's pouring across the border, but I consider that really immigration as opposed to foreign policy. And I'm going to be doing a policy speech on immigration fairly soon.
Let's talk about ISIS. You said in your speech yesterday that they will be gone very quickly in a Trump administration. So can you be more specific? Are you envisioning a massive ground troops presence in Syria and Iraq to get rid of ISIS? It seems that would be necessary if you want to get rid of them quickly.
Well, one of the tenets of my speech yesterday, and it's gotten great reviews, as you know, from many, many people, one of the tenets was unpredictability.
Yeah, but people are casting votes, and so they should know whether or not a vote for you means a massive military presence in the Middle East.
But, Savannah, if I get elected president, I don't want ISIS to know what I'm going to be doing.
What about the American voters?
I don't like the idea. And you know what? Psychologically, we need to, and as a country, we need to. When President Obama announced we're sending 250 soldiers, when he announced previous to that we're sending 50 soldiers, and then he announces it to the world, they have a target on their back. He shouldn't be announcing that. He shouldn't be talking about what he's doing militarily. The enemy is watching every move we say, everything we do militarily, we announce what we're doing, and they prepare for it, and I don't want that. And one of the big tenets of my speech yesterday was the fact that I said, and very, very strongly, is we need unpredictability. We have to be somewhat unpredictable.
Some American
We're so totally predictable, Matt.
Some American voters might be a little bit nervous that this call for unpredictability is actually a way of masking an understanding of the issues or a grasp of the details.
Well, I have a total grasp of the details, far greater than just about anybody else. That I can tell you. When I said take the oil, and I've been saying it for a long time, I didn't want to tell that. But yourselves and everybody else was saying, tell us what it is, tell us what it is. And after 3 months, I said, take the oil. Now, I would have preferred not doing that, but politically I really had to, because it got to a point where people just had to know. I would have preferred not saying take the oil, and when you go in, you surprise them. Now they've fortified oil reserves and they've prepared, and we'll still take the oil, and we should be taking the oil, and we're not.
Real quickly, Mr. Trump, would you rule out the use of nuclear weapons in the fight against ISIS?
I don't want to rule out anything. I will be the last to use nuclear weapons. It's a horror to use nuclear weapons. The power of weaponry today is the single greatest problem that our world has, and it's not global warming like our president said. It's the power of weapons, in particular nuclear. I will be the last to use it. I will not be a happy trigger like some people might be. I will be the last, but I will never, ever rule it out.
Donald Trump.
Thank you very much. Got to leave it there. Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.